You know, I can actually relate to this movie because whenever I go out with my friends at like clubs, whatever, usually there's like a lot of people there. And there was a time where someone airdropped a picture to, I guess, everyone in the bar. And I saw that picture, and my goodness, what I saw is not something I wanted to see. So I couldn't imagine being on a date with a random stranger and getting airdrops from a stranger that says, hey, kill your date. Drop stars Meghann Fahy and is about a widow mother's first date in year is bombarded with an anonymous threatening message on her phone during the upscale dinner. From director Christopher Landon, the man that brought you both Happy Death Day movies and one of my personal favorites, Freaky, we're talking his brand new film, Drop. So yes, this is a Blumhouse movie to all of you that just hates Blumhouse movies, but you know, there could be some good ones. We've had some rough ones. But when I saw Christopher Landon as a part of this movie and he's directing it, I'm there because I like a lot of his movies. I like his writing a lot, but I was a little worried because he wasn't writing this movie. It's from the writers who wrote Fantasy Island. Oh boy, was I was a little nervous, but it was tonight's mystery movie at Regal, and so I got to see it tonight. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I needed this. I really needed this. Maybe it's because the past 4 months we've had good, mid, forgettable, and a couple bad movies. This is a perfect 95-minute, hour thriller go-to. Like, this is the movie on a Friday night dinner date. Go to the movies, have fun. It's not super scary horror movie. It's a thriller, and I thought it was a fun time. Truly was. Now, of course, getting straight into the positives, Christopher Landon's direction in this movie, I'm not going to say it is him, but it's very Hitchcockian, and I'll say that in the best way, because obviously Alfred Hitchcock is, it's Alfred Hitchcock. But with this movie, what Christopher Landon does with the setting, the camera work, the lighting, creative choices of this movie make it stand out, and I loved all of it. I felt like the creators of this movie, the cinematographer, the person who did the score, like they created something that could feel different enough to be enjoyable. Because this movie is very straightforward. This woman who hasn't been on a date in years finally goes on a date, and when she's there, basically someone is airdropping her meme saying, "Hey, if you keep ignoring me, I'm gonna kill your kid. And I'm also need you to kill the guy you're on a date with that you've never met. This is the first time you're meeting him." So, like, the movie does a really good job setting it up. And then once you're in it, I was never bored. And again, the movie flew by for me. And because I was always into the story, the creative choices, the camera work, the lighting he does when she's looking around and the lighting secludes to like one person, how the production is used and the blocking of the camera. This is really good stuff from Christopher Landon. And yes, the guys who did write Fantasy Island wrote this movie. I enjoyed it. It seemed like my audience really got into this movie too. There are some actually genuine funny lines in this movie. Then there's lines in this movie that were a little cringe, I would say, from one of the waiters in this movie. When you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. There was a few cringe lines, but like overall, the movie experience and just enjoying the ride you're going on is fun, in my opinion. This is a fun thriller with enough standout, creative camera work choices that honestly, like, I would revisit it, and that was a thing that, like, could be a little bit my mixed aspect. I don't know how many times I'm gonna revisit this movie because it is a whodunit. It's one of those movies where you're trying to figure out who is dropping these messages to her, and so you gotta figure out, is someone in the restaurant, someone outside the restaurant, what is going on? I will say it is pretty easy to figure out, and there is a few times in this movie where, like, I don't really buy certain things. Like, sometimes I'm like, that doesn't seem realistic. Like, there seems like there's some strings being pulled, some movie magic that we're not seeing, and it's kind of just explained. It's like, all right, we're move on to the next scene. So there's a few scenes like that, but like the whodunit aspect I found to be pretty simple, but the movie does a really good job at like keeping you guessing. So that's all I'll say about it without spoiling it. Also, like I gotta say, Meghann Fahy, sorry for saying last name wrong. I just saw her in Unbreakable Boy. She was very good in that movie. She's extremely good in this movie. Also, Brandon Sklenar, sorry if I said last name wrong. He is also very good. He plays the role where you're like, you're a good dude, but you are a suspect. And the movie does a very good job toying with that and then playing to the third act. Again, the movie does a good job at a dinner date and always keep it going. See, something's going on. Like, someone's got to move to this area. The cameras are pointing at her. She doesn't want to be seen. Oh, she can be heard, though. So the movie always keeps you intrigued. That leads to a third act that I will say, unfortunately, if you've seen the trailers, you do see a lot of the big moments from the trailer, which is kind of disappointing because the ending has some really good sound design and really good just sound mixing to where, like, oh, it sounded really good in the theater, but, like, I knew these moments were coming because of the trailer. So, unfortunately, if you have seen the trailer or me showing the trailer footage right now, unfortunately, you are seeing some of the best parts in the movie, which is a little unfortunate. But, again, I would say just for a 90-minute thriller, I was into this movie. I had fun with it. I had fun with these characters. I had fun with the situation. I like that Christopher Landon also just very much knows how to do the little comedy, the thrilling, but also the heartbeat moments, the moment that you really get emotional with our two characters. There's one really good scene between the two of them that's very emotional. It's really well done, seriously. And to wrap it up, one more little issue. There's one scene between the two actors and then the waiter, and they're talking. Did not like the editing in that scene at all. The editing in that scene was very just chop, 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 quick, quick, quick. And I was like, oh, I'm a little dizzy just from cuts. So that one little scene, the editing was not very good in my opinion. But besides that, I had fun with this. This is a good little thriller to go see in theaters. I definitely recommend it. If you want to wait till it comes out on streaming, I understand. But this is definitely a good date night movie. I'm going to give Drop a B+. So any of you out there that's worried, like, oh, it's a Blumhouse movie, no, I don't want to see it, give it a chance, truly. Like, I had fun with it. But, you know, there's some people out there that might not really enjoy this movie. They might not like this type of storyline. For me personally, this was fun. This was the type of movie, like, I would like to revisit. I would like to revisit again because of just, like, the whodunit aspect. So, again, that might hurt the rewatchability, but for the most part, I just had fun with this movie, and just the creative choices with Christopher Landon, like, good job, sir. Like, man, keep making good movies. I really, really, really enjoyed this one. Anyway, guys enjoyed this early movie review. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.